It is week number 6 of the Big Ten Betting Bonanza, and Dave and I are pretty much like twins. We've had the same record, both 2-1 last week, gaining 2 Bonanza points, but in very different ways. So we did have a Friday night clash of the Titans as Washington headed into Piscataway. Dave had Washington money line. I had Rutgers -2. I believe that went up to 2.5 and then fell to like 1.5. Weird spread movement. Either way, they covered the 2.5, winning 21-18. So I get +1 for that. Next bet I had was awful. Glad I took the money line and not +7 there. Maryland money line against Indiana. Absolutely blown out 42-28. Indiana is for real. I am marking it down now. Dave, your second bet, USC -15.5. I was watching this game and saw it was tied at halftime and was like, oh, there goes Dave's week. I'm about to take this over. But then all of a sudden, USC 28-0 in the second half. They shut them out.
Yep.
Interception for a touchdown to cover. But on the celebration, I was watching this. They got a flag. And then Vinny Anthony the second had a kick return to set them up. But then I think I flipped to another game, flipped back, and it was over. So what happened after he had a game that set them up into like almost, well, I guess they were down by 2 touchdowns, but almost in the field goal territory.
Yeah, he got him to the, I want to say it was the 18-yard line. He was in the red zone. 72-yard kickoff return. I was heavily invested in this one, obviously, and most importantly, because of
I was like, they're gonna score. Let's go.
because of the
Cover.
greatest betting competition on earth, Big Ten Betting Bonanza, but also me wallet. So I was heavily invested in this one, sweating this one out, wondering what the hell is going on. Why is USC tied with Wisconsin? Then the moment they had the pickoff return, Mason Cobb, 55-yard INT return for a touchdown to put them in front. Like you said, the celebration penalty, big kickoff return, and then Wisconsin, where I was like, oh my God, they are going to cover here and score a garbage time touchdown. Had a illegal snap, I want to say it was. Yeah, illegal snap infraction followed by a false start penalty. So
Put him at the
just kept,
28
yep. So put him back and they
by
couldn't quite.
38.
And luckily for me, they didn't go for the field goal, trying to go for
Yeah.
the zone. And yeah, USC covered.
Oh, it's such a bad beat for me. Such a bad beat for me. I did end up winning my amazing weird bet, Michigan first quarter +6.5. Ohio State only up 3-0 after the first quarter. So give me that point. Dave also reading the tea leaves perfectly. Says whiteout energy gives under vibes. That went under 48 with the 27 or 21-7 victory.
Way under.
So on the year, I'm still in the lead despite a 6-9 record. Haha. 8 Bonanza points because of one of my money line bets. But Dave is chomping at my tail. He is funny. A perfect 500. Mr. 500 here. 7-7-1 with 7 points.
Mm.
So, heading into week number 6, I will start us out and we're going to go to Wisconsin at Purdue. I saw this line a couple minutes ago and fell in love with it. Wisconsin's won 17 games. Oh, by the way. Oh, it's back.
Oh,
Back. Going doing pretty well with this. 2-1. And what was I with it last week? 2-1. Nice little 4-2 with the little brown book. So Wisconsin, 17 wins straight up against Purdue, 14-3 against the spread with an average margin of victory of 20. The last 5 in this contest have gone over. So that's kind of tilting me towards the under in this game, given that it's due. But I saw the spread, Wisconsin minus 14. We mentioned Purdue in some of those bottom categories of defense. Braden Locke looked pretty decent in the second half, filling in for the injured Tyler Van Dyke. Looked very decent in the second half against a solid USC defense. He has tons of weapons to throw to. Will Pauling, like I said, Vinny Anthony the second, who had that kick return, Grayson Green, and the announcers were talking about it, how they're trying to get back to ground and pound game. So give me Wisconsin minus 14 over the lowly Purdue Boilermakers.
mm, I dig it. All right. For my first pick, I'm going to great state of Illinois, Indiana Hoosiers at
Ooh,
Northwestern. Northwestern playing in their fake stadium while they're getting their beautiful brand new stadium built.
where's the wait? What's the fixed stadium?
I believe it is close to, if not next to the shoreline of the lake in Chicago there, but they are playing it's essentially almost kind of like a practice field, I want to say. But they are not playing in their normal stadium this year. Like I mentioned, they're getting a brand new stadium.
I guess they'll bring the noise.
They'll bring the noise. They could.
Wildcats bring the noise. It doesn't matter if it's practice field.
But the Hoosiers are cooking, man. They are ranked
Dude,
23rd
they
in the
are.
AP poll, 5-0. Talking about them already being bowl eligible if they get this one, which I think they do. And I think they cover this one. Got the Hoosiers minus 14 at Northwestern. Head coach Kurt Signetti has them cooking. They got Curtis Rourke, aka the Maple Missile, who is carving up defenses, and I think they keep this train rolling. And the Hoosiers are bowl eligible after this one.
Again, I watched that USC Wisconsin game. USC look good. Miller Moss, stud. They have just a slew of weapons between Zachariah Branch, their running back, blanking on his name right now, but he's just an absolute workhorse. They go, or they have a home game at Minnesota and then have to travel back to LA for the Penn State game. So another one of those games, West Coast team traveling to the East Coast has traveled back to the West Coast for a big game that they're preparing for. Definitely circled, looking ahead a little bit over Wisconsin. Wisconsin first half, I believe it is, or Wisconsin. I always get Wisconsin, Minnesota confused. Oh, fuck, I don't know why. Plus 4.5. Weird. Not going to take that. I'm taking the Golden Gophers, row the boat. First half money line plus 195, baby.
You ma.
Again, tough for USC on the road. I think they're going to have a slow start. So I could take the 4.5 with the field goal at minus 118, but you know what? I'm gonna roll the dice. First half money line plus 195.
Hmm.
That'd be a plus three, right?
Yep.
We're down for it.
All righty. I picked number two, going to the 3:30 CBS time slot. We got the Iowa Hawkeyes traveling to the Shoe, take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. As always, I love for any Iowa matchup looking at the over under total. I got this one at 44 and a half. I've been trending the last couple weeks going against the grain, taking the Iowa over. But given the matchup here, given the time slot, I am going back to Old Faithful and going with the Iowa under 44 and a half.
Okay, we're gonna stick with this game.
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna go with this over my other one. So, Iowa coming off a bye.
Mhm.
You just took the under. Obviously, their game plan is gonna use Caleb Johnson to the fullest, control the clock, try to keep that UFC offense off the field for as long as possible. So on DraftKings here, we're gonna go to our little first quarter spreads. Iowa plus 6.5
Ooh.
the first quarter. Are you kidding me? Forget the spread. Give me Iowa money line first
Ooh.
quarter plus 360.
Go for it. All right.
That'd be a plus seven.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my swing for the fence week right here. Week six, weird shit happens. I literally wrote that down, not in the brown book, but in
First
my
quarter money
whiteout
line.
weekly
You
notebook.
sick bastard.
First quarter spreads, baby. First quarter money line spread now. Woo, cooking with gas.
Best of luck to you, sir. Best of luck.
I don't need luck. That's gonna hit. Please.
All right, my final pick. I am going to the Big Ten NBC Saturday night primetime action in the great state of Washington. You got
Hmm.
the Washington Huskies hosting Michigan Wolverines. Now, interesting play here. The Huskies actually favored in this one. I
Two
think
and
I
a
saw
half,
the
right?
line at 2.5.
Yeah. Weird.
Definitely anticipate that to be a rowdy environment. Michigan has been hard to figure out. They've been in now, granted, it's been total Michigan fashion where they're not throwing the ball a ton. I think last week they started Alex Orji finally, and he had, I think he was like 10 of 18, less than 100 yards. I think he had
Mm.
80 passing yards, just toting the rock, running the rock,
Michigan versus Penn State second half, basically.
basically.
30 rushes, no passes. Or
So
30.
with this one's an interesting play. Washington's at home, they're favored. I just have a feeling that the money there is going to be on Washington.
I'll
I'm going to
check for
take
you right
the.
now.
Let me know.
We'll continue. I'll check on you. Let's see. I'm gonna change real quick. What
Nah,
you?
I'm going. I'll hear it after. I'm taking the
Ooh,
Wolverines
wait,
money line.
wait, oh, wait, oh. This line was Washington plus 8.5.
Ooh,
And then 74% of the tickets are on Michigan, 68% of the money, with over 12,000 bets in, almost 13,000. And we're at minus 2.5. So I mean, usually the, you know, pro versus Joe, the Joe money comes in early,
yeah,
where the pro money comes in early to get it
yep,
to where they want. So
yeah.
that's a weird reverse line though. All the
Very
money on
weird.
Michigan, it goes from 8 to 2.
Hmm.
That's a I'm taking that bet,
Hmm.
putting that in my book. What is your bet? I'm taking Washington money line.
Michigan money line.
Oh, okay. That'll be a little personal battle.
Little sidebar sauce
Michigan
to
money
branch out.
line. So what's that?
Plus 115.
Plus 115. That's a little plus three for you. Fuck, that would damn it. Cancel that one of mine. All right. Let's go. I can't believe I'm saying let's go Hawkeyes. They are playing Ohio State, so screw both of them. That will do it for this week's episode one of the Californication series. As we now head, or next week, head to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, where the Rose Bowl is played to play UC at USC. But before that, gotta handle business at home. Stripe out game,
Stripe out. Noon
stripe
stripe
out
out.
game against UCLA. So they haven't, again, they haven't put a full game together, but they have had quarters and halves where there's flashes where it's like, hey, this team can, they're getting the ball to their weapons. They're playing solid defense, but
Mhm.
I think this ultimately comes down to depth, us wearing them out on especially defensive line versus their offensive line, wearing them down. I think the second half is going to be where their offense falls apart, where we start getting a garbage, getting some turnovers. Like I said, maybe AJ Harris will finally get a real pick six. That would be awesome. But I definitely see us, yeah, huge sack performance. I'm calling for two turnovers in a victory. And I hope I don't have to wear a clown hat next week.
Would also love for them to not give up an opening touchdown drive.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really
That'd be
cool.
cool. That'd
Not
be a
to
good
sweat,
start.
not to sweat for, the first couple hours of the game. But that will do it for account episode 49
Mm,
of Void Out Weekly. We're about to be at the nifty 50 episode for USC. That's gonna be fun.
mm.
But thank you all once again for all the support. We absolutely love it. Love interacting with the fans on Twitter, aka X, Instagram, everywhere, except for TikTok. Can't stand TikTok, not gonna lie. But thank you once again for listening in to two dudes who love Penn State football, talk about it, break it down, try to give their opinions on what might happen in the game. And let's go Lions over Bears, basically.
Go State, baby. Love you guys.
Thank you guys.